Okay, good morning folks. We're here on the Big Girl this morning. We're on the Enterprise. Skipper George has invited me aboard, me and granddaughter Jasmine, to have a look around the Enterprise. So we're just going to have a quick move around. Won't disturb the skipper because he's busy directing the guys down there that are working on the beams and the trawls, replacing shackles and all sorts of things. But all the controls here very much similar, but obviously much bigger. Vast wheelhouse, this one. And there's a skipper's chair, or whoever happens to be on watch at that time. Through there is the skipper's cabin, ensuite. Of course, he needs to be on call all of the time. So let's have a wander down below. So we'll have a wander down through. Knock on the door and open up, and then we come into the crew's quarters. So as we're into the crew's quarters, you can see this is a bit like a luxury liner, really. Individual cabins. I've not been down here before, so this is quite new to me. So here we go into the galley. We're into the galley or mess room, and that's where the crew would have their meals and their breaks. And if we come this way, we're actually into the kitchen quarter. So this is all the kitchens of the Big Girl Enterprise. A lovely ship. She was built in Holland. Not sure the date at the moment, but it'll be on the plaque that I'll be putting on in a few minutes. There's one of the cabins. This is the multi-cabin that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crew members would be utilising. This is all radiator and some difference from my day. She's a lovely ship. She's very, very big, of course. Some details on her there. If you'd like to freeze them, you can read the details. They're due to be away. They're due to be away later today. That's up the steps. Right, okay, we'll go back up the steps again. We'll not go down to the engine room because I know the engineer is working down there on it. Okay, change of plan. We will now be going to the engine room. Right, folks, now we are, after all, in the engine room of the Big Girl Enterprise. And Skipper George is here down to make sure that I use the right tools for the job. There's the big main engine, and that's ABC engine, Belgian manufacturer. She's a massive thing. Let's go and have a look at it. Massive thing. Sorry? Yeah. There's a massive gearbox, and of course that will eventually go through to the prop shaft. Behind, in through that door in there, is the, how can I say, the sewage. The sewage pump in through that door in there, and the hydraulics that would work the rudder, the steering. So there we are, the gearbox of the massive diesel engine here. As you can see, it's Belgian manufacturer. And this being the auxiliary engine, which would it's obviously a backup situation, and it will work various operative machineries and things aboard the boat. That is some big engine. That is absolutely massive. Vast. What a size for an engine room. Looks as though they've lost an engine here, George. Somebody stole an engine. There should be an engine there, George. The other engine actually is up forward. There's 2 engine rooms on this big ship, well, big. She's how many meters long? What? 41.7 meters long. She's a big boat, the Big Girl. You'll have seen it on various videos that we here at Newlyn Fishing have put on to promote the fishing for Newlyn. And she has had a particularly good catch. She's been in now for a 24-hour rest over. She landed her monk and her turbot and haddock and big catches of that. I went through the market this morning and she'll probably be away tonight. On the afternoon tide. We're on the low tide. We're on the tides making at the moment. It's a high tide about 2 or 3 o'clock. So George and the crew will be away on that tide. So there we go, through the engine room on the Big Girl Enterprise. So we're back up into the wheelhouse and out on to the stern, i.e. the back of the boat. And there's the ship's inflatable, if needed, for whatever reason. Perhaps she needs to anchor off occasionally in various places, and they would use the rib. All up there, all the techniques, the radar, the sat-nav, the GPSs, and various other parts that you would expect to find on a big beam trawler like this one. Very gingerly walking down the steps. This is like the washroom, the galley, where all the gear is stored, all the clothes and everything is stored. And there's the big, one of the big winches, cables. It's a big winch cable that would operate the derricks and the beam. Is that the engine room? No. Start room. Start room. Back in start. Right. Okay. So these cables and everything, these drums will work the beams and everything. Operated, of course, all operated from up in the wheelhouse. So there we are. Washing machine. Good God. Washing machines. I've been in a luxury hotel. And there's the starboard. We're out on the deck now. We're out on the open deck where the guys are working. This is the starboard beam. And there's the large derrick up there. That derrick would be folded out to the right hand side, to the starboard side. That would go right the way out. And this large beam would be dropped into the sea behind it, and of course, as you can see, lying on the deck will be the net and the chains that would rustle the bed up and get the fish off the bed, and they would go into the net and into the cods then. Starboard one, and of course on the other side, the ones that are being worked on at the moment, that would be likewise on the other side. So it would be like a bird with the wings out when she's fishing. Okay, so if we walk around the other side of the boat, we can go to the port side. As I say, I don't want to go down into the engine room and the stern room down there, but I'm sure we know what engines look like. And there's on the port side of the beam, we got our friend here putting the hose pipe away, and if I can just have a walk through, we can have a look down into the fish room that again is not really accessible at the moment, but for obvious reasons. There's a lot going on here. So if we have a look down there, we can see down into the fish room, a vast fish room down there. I hope the sun is not too strong for it, but there's a vast fish room down there, and that 12 hours ago was full of boxes of fish. And up here you can see the guys on the pier are bringing boxes back that were emptied in the market this morning, and the fish was auctioned in the market this morning. And these are the fish boxes coming back aboard, back down into the fish room, and they'll be utilised on the next trip, which I would think probably they'll be off this evening, on this evening's tide. There's a low tide at the moment, and this boat pulls up a lot of water. Yeah. Very big depth, so she needs a lot of tide to come into the harbour and back out again. So there we are. And there's the Big Girl Enterprise, and there's her name plaque up there. And you saw the big wheels, the cables inside. This is where the cables come out along here and go up to the derricks, and there you go, down to the chains that raise and lower the beam nets. So that was interesting and educational, and she is one of the boats, one of the many boats we have here in Newlyn, and we're very fortunate to have them. We are the nearest port of refuge as well, nearest to the western approaches, so we are particularly blessed on that obviously vessels fishing out of here, they're sort of very, very close to their, not so close, 100 miles from their fishing grounds. And there's the boxes coming back. So I hope that was a good video for you, and go visit your local fishmonger and restaurant. Fish from this boat, the Enterprise, and all the other ones you see on our Newlyn fishing, they will end up in a fishmonger's near you. Okay.